Hi there guys, it's Ross from Ross Perry Productions. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change the brake pads on a 2004 to 2005 GSXR 600 or 750 K4 to K5. It's the Tokiko 4-pot calipers on this model and they're pretty simple to work on. So let me show you how we do it. So here we've got our Tokiko 4-pot calipers. Now the first thing we want to do is get a 5mm Allen key and we just want to loosen these off. Don't take them all the way out just yet, just loosen off the bolts, and that's just going to be a little bit easier when we've got the caliper off the bike later on. There you go, fairly easy, just half a turn's enough. So then you're going to get your 6mm Allen key and you're going to undo the two main bolts, one down here, one up the top. These will be a little bit tighter, they'll be fairly tightened up. It's what you expect, to be doing them up just the same. So undo both of these now. Once I'm undone, withdraw them fully. They're the same size, so don't have to be too careful with how we put them away. Now what you're going to do is get the caliper and you're going to work it from the bottom to top and just rock it backwards and forwards. Be careful not to damage your wheel around here. There you go. And then that's your caliper off. So you can actually see the pads inside there. As you can see, mine are pretty well worn. Before you undo these bolts and before you actually take these out, I want you to push the pistons back in to the caliper. Now before we do that, we've got to take the reservoir cap off so we can make sure that fluid can actually go back up. Now I'll show you how to do that now. So here we've got our front brake reservoir. We're just going to get a Phillips screwdriver and take the safety clip off. Put that somewhere safe. So once you have the safety clip off, just undo the reservoir and you'll expose the rubber diaphragm inside. So what you're going to do is lift that off. Be careful you don't get any drips on the body and put that somewhere safe. And what you're actually going to see is when you push them pistons back, the level of the brake fluid is actually going to rise as you push the liquid back up into the reservoir. Okay, so now we're going to push the pistons back in. So what we do is we're using the old pads, get something like a spanner, and you just want to prise them apart. Don't have to go to town on it, but just far enough so that you'll be able to get the new pads in and then onto the bike. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, go back to your 5mm Allen key and you're just going to retract them bolts all the way. Which will allow your two pads to just drop straight out. As I say, these probably didn't have too much life left in them. You might want to take this opportunity to give it a good clean out in here. It's good to get some brake cleaner and really go to town. The cleaner you get, the better they're going to be. And then you want to put a bit of copper grease in there, just around the pistons. And sometimes a little smear on the back of the pads. So I'm happy, mine's pretty clean in there. I'm going to do a full brake overhaul at some point anyway, and I may even change the calipers, but so I'm happy to go ahead and put my pads back in that now. Now everyone's got a favourite, and my favourite are the SBS racing pads. These are the 806 RS pads for this bike. I'll compare them with the old pads later on, but really do recommend these pads. I've used them on the road and track and they're very, very good pad. Okay, so now I just want you to make sure it's the correct pad that you've purchased. Make sure they're all the same dimensions, all the holes line up. I'm actually going to be removing the anti-squirrel pad and putting that on the new brakes. Fairly simple, they usually just unclip, get your fingernail in there, pull them off. Again, may want to give it a bit of a clean. Then get that on the new pad. So there you go. That one's ready to be installed. Do the same to the other one. So here we go. 2 pads ready to go back in. So face them together. We're actually going to push them into the caliper that way. There we go. Take this chance to clean up your pistons. Again, a little bit of copper grease doesn't hurt. And what you're going to do is you're going to push your pads in and make sure you see the line hold up. Push that all the way in. Don't do it up until you've got the second one in. Second one in. And what we'll do is we'll actually tighten those up when we have it back on the bike. You need to make sure you've got your gap in the middle. And get something nice and flat so you can just get them to each side ready to push back onto the bike. Right, making sure we keep them apart, we're just going to try and get that back onto the disc the same way we took it off. Okay. Get our 2 larger mounting bolts. Line it up with the holes. Get our 6mm Allen key. And do them all the way up and get them nice and tight. Don't get a long bar or anything on it because this is only aluminium. And of course, if you get too much torque on there, too much leverage, you're actually gonna strip the thread in there. Back to our 5mm. Make sure these done up nice and tight. Again, not too tight that you're actually going to strip them. Go back up. Make sure you put your diaphragm back on there and tighten up the reservoir cap. Now, of course, I'm going to do the other side now. And I also do recommend that you bleed the brakes once you've finished as well. Just get a fresh bleed on there. I actually done mine about 2 weeks ago before I bought the pads, so I know that mine's nice and good. There's no air in the system. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for watching my video. Please give me the thumbs up if you found this helpful and subscribe to my channel.